a new multinational corporation from scratch in the role of a CEO. This is what probably some of us are dreaming about, and this is what we will do today. Fortunately, there's a very easy way to do this in a business simulation game like Capitalism Lab. There are a couple of business simulation games available if you, for example, ask ChatGPT about what is the best business simulation game. You'll receive as answers a long list of very popular and well-known simulation games like the SimCity series, like Factorio, the Anno series. Usually it will also mention the Paradox Interactive games, but also, and you see it here on the third place, Capitalism Lab. Capitalism Lab is based on Capitalism 2, which was released in 2001. So it looks back on development, enhancement, improvements of 20 years. So it's a very mature and balanced game. And at the same time, what is very interesting with Capitalism Lab is that it is placed in a real world scenario, real world economy. So we can actually try out and play strategies, execute strategies with these companies in our real life. And this is what we will actually do today. A business simulation game is a strategy game. This means that it requires strategic thinking. We must define a strategy which we think will let us successfully accomplish our goals. Subsequently, we must take the correct decisions while executing the strategy to leverage on the benefits of the strategy. Also, when a strategy comes with huge benefits, it will have risks and downsides. And this is what we also at the same time have to monitor very carefully while executing the strategy. Otherwise, there will be some bad surprises. And if all goes bad, we will go bankrupt. In our session today, we will try out the strategy, which is, for example, executed by Apple and Alibaba. It is called vertical integration. Vertical integration of a supply chain comes with a very good cost advantage. Yeah, through lower transaction costs if the corporation owns all the steps of a supply chain to deliver a product or a service. And of course, you will get a high control on dependencies in the supply chain. But remember, besides those gains, there are also some downsides. One downside will be, while we will try this out in the game, that it needs a huge capital investment. It means it can get really expensive. So if we fail with the strategy, it will be a very costly failure for the company. Additionally, besides vertical integration, I will talk more about it when we use it in the game. Also, we will strive to make use of economies of scale, where additional cost advantages will be obtained by scaling our operations. Yeah, typically by maximizing the output produced per unit of time. You will see this later in the game when we build the large factories. We will invest a lot of money in training special workforce so that we have efficiency gains and can increase the output per facility. Having said that, I think we are ready to start the game. Now switching to the game, this is the main menu of Capitalism Lab. We will start a new game and a custom game. We will choose a corporate color and the corporate logo, which is easy to spot on the map. Corporation name will be LP Corporation and my first name for the CEO. Now as our environment, we will set up 4 cities. As we want to run an economy of scale, we need a sufficiently high potential customer base, and with 4 cities this should be provided. And with vertical integration, I already explained that we need a huge capital investment. This means that we will set our startup capital to very high so that we will have a very good way through the strategy. We will start in 1990 with 12 competitors. We will set them with moderate startup capital, moderate aggressiveness, so they will not disrupt our activities too much, but still will be active on the markets. And with this, we will now start the game. We have now the 2nd January of 1990 and see the city of Cairo. So the first thing you always do when you start a new game, I suggest is to look into the environment, and this means in this case the city is part of the game. We have Cairo here. You see this on the world map with a high population of 4 million, almost 4.1 million, with a lower real wage rate of 51. We have Amsterdam, 1.8 million inhabitants with a high real wage rate, Leipzig and Kingston with below 1 million inhabitants and a medium wage rate. So we know already we will have in Cairo always a huge customer base. However, with the lower real wage rate, let's see how high we can set the prices so that the potential customers can still afford our products or will buy our products. Now, knowing what cities are part of our game, we first, always, in first step, should set up the branding strategy. Why should we do this always in the start? Because changing the branding strategy later on in the game will cause loss of all the investments we do with advertisement. If we have for example, a corporate brand and we invest a lot of money into advertisement to improve in brand awareness, later on when we switch to another brand strategy, we will lose all of the brand awareness and need to start again from zero brand awareness. That's why we will just do this right at the start, and we will decide to go with the range brand. The range brand is compromise between the benefits of your unique brand per product and the corporate brand, where we have one single brand over all products. And then let's choose where we will go with vertical integration. Vertical integration means that we will not only have a production facility to produce a product and sell it to another company, we will also, and this is called backward integration, we will also own the facilities to harvest the natural resources we need to produce any semi-products as input to our production line later on. And also, and this is called vertical integration, forward integration, we will also own the showrooms and retail stores where we will sell our produced product to our end consumers. And this means that we will have the full supply chain under our control, owned by one corporation. And this also explains why this needs such often huge capital investment. Because you need to find a mine site, buy a mining facility, operate a mining facility, any production facilities for semi-products, also of course the production facility, the factory for the end product you want to sell to the customer, and then you will deliver it to your own retail stores you need to set up in the central business districts, so to have high customer traffic and sell to a potentially huge customer base. I would suggest when we go with this strategy and to have massive early profits, to take this with the product class of jewelry, which has 3 product types: bracelets, silver necklace, and gold rings. Another option would be to go with furniture, which has a similar attractive for the strategy. For today, we will go with jewelry and start with the gold ring. Why will we do this? Because first of all, we only need one natural resource. We will not have any semi-product from gold. We can directly produce the gold ring and sell it to our end consumers. And additionally, the gold ring comes with a very good margin. So the cost for mining of gold and the cost for producing a gold ring are a lot below how the price we can sell this gold ring to the end customers. This means, first of all, since we want to have this fully integrated into our company, we need to search for a gold site to build our mine. And this is an opportunity of the lifetime, of course. How often will you in your life build a gold site? Let's skip through all the 4 cities and check for the natural resource of gold. very important is, I will just go back to the manufacturer guide, that we look for high quality of the natural resource of gold, because the quality will account for 60% in the total quality of the product. So the raw material quality is very important, the most important input factor. So we need to look for a mine site with high quality gold. This is 73 in Leipzig. We have also a gold site with 65 in Kingston. There's one in Cairo with 81, which is already good. And in Amsterdam, we actually have two with 59, and the other one is 61. So both not so good. So we will go for the one in Cairo. We will now establish a gold mine. This is a very costly and expensive investment. This will already use a lot of our initial capital. We had 500 million, which is very much sufficient for this strategy and this setup. And we will directly go for the full scope mining. Let's quickly set up the mine. Now start operations. So we see the first gold was actually harvested. We allow $100 of margin for the mine. It reduces to like 10%. And what I always do is always put next to it a warehouse which acquires the gold, stores it, and then distributes it to our production line. This is the gold. You'll now see how it is distributed and stored in the warehouse. Here it is. We'll reduce also the margin to 10% for this warehouse, and then we can already build our factory, a large one, next to it to produce gold rings. Just take the right production layout. Here we have a layout with 2 purchasing units for gold, 2 sales units for gold rings, and 5 manufacturing units. We'll use this now. We'll link the purchasing units to our gold warehouse. Then let the factory do the work. This is the first gold ring produced. It comes with costs, including production costs, including freight, $250. We'll sell this for $300 to a warehouse, which will first acquire it, then store it, then distribute it. Gold ring. Let's wait. Now it arrived. We'll again decrease the margin to like 10%. And now from the warehouse, we can distribute it to our retail stores in the 4 cities so that we can actually sell it to the end customers. And with this step, we will have the supply chain of gold rings fully integrated. We will have backward integration because we own the mine, we own all production facilities to produce the end product, and we will also follow the path of forward integration, since retailing will also be owned by the same company, by us. Already now, let's look into our cash we have. Onto our cash, we almost spent 100 million in just setting this up. So you see already a lot of capital is needed to set this up. Just one remark before we proceed. It's always good, at least in the beginning, to only sell in each of these steps of the supply chain the natural resource, semi-product or product to only internally and not to competitors. Because this way you will avoid that a competitor will consume the initial very limited production capacity to sell for their own success, and you will reserve all the production capacity to yourself and your own company. You can set this default internal sale enabled in gameplay options so that you don't have to take care every time you build a new facility. At the same time, as you might have seen, I always put training to the highest level, because looking at the goal to build an economy of scale, we will from day one invest a lot of money into training of our staff so that they get more efficient, they increase their output, and we will distribute the fixed costs of our setup to as much output as possible and increase our margins so that we have high profits in very short time. Gold rings, as you can imagine, will be sold in jewelry stores. So we will build a jewelry store, retail store in first Cairo. And we will look for a nice location in the city center where we have sufficient customer traffic so that we sell quickly. I think this is good. Customer traffic index 42. There's another CBD over here. Let's check whether this is also attractive. Maybe we will use this later. No, let's first build here. We will again increase training to the maximum and then invest into 1 purchasing, 2 sales units, and an advertising unit. Advertisement is important to increase the brand awareness. We choose a radio station to advertise and set the monthly budget of 100k per month per product. This is not a huge amount, however, it will be sufficient for the start so that our costs are very well under control. We distribute the gold ring from the warehouse to this store, and let's check. Gold ring already arrived in the jewelry store. In the city with a comparable lower real wage rate, of course, the end consumer price is not so high. You will see higher prices in the other cities, I'm sure. So to be competitive to the city average and the local suppliers of gold rings, we will need to reduce the price to an attractive price. For example, 543, which is almost the same as 545, which is the city average. For customers, of course, not only price is important, we also have the input factors, quality and brand. As we just launched our business, of course, our brand rating is 0, whereas the city average is already 22. This is quite a difference. However, since we acquired a mine site with very high quality natural resource of gold, we will have a quality of 60 already now, which is much higher than 33 on city average, so that in total with this price, overall product rating is much higher than for all of our competitors. We will now let the store sell the gold ring, and we see already 4 gold rings are sold within the first days. We have 10th of January now, and we made a very limited profit already at this site. And this way we will do this the same for all of our 4 cities. An interesting fact, which will get interesting for other products later on, is that the costs of distributing the gold ring to this retail store is 347. This is mainly due to 346 we paid to the warehouse to get this, and a little bit more than $1 for freight costs. As you can imagine, a gold ring with such low weight will have very low freight costs, so also distributing, shipping it to the other cities around the globe will not be an issue so much from cost perspective. Now go to Amsterdam. Also build a jewel store, so this will be already our second one. I think this is a nice spot here, or this one, 84. This is very, very high. It comes with a high price of land cost of 13 million. Since we have a lot of cash and we want to get profitable very quickly, let's choose this, invest the money into the spot. Additionally, this will block the spot for any competitor, so we'll have already an advantage over any competitor who tries to do the same as us. Let's see our price position. Price position is quite high. It's $805. However, our product rating is good. I will reduce a little bit the price so that our product rating gets even better and sales ramp up even quicker. So this we now did for Amsterdam. We will move on to Leipzig now. We'll choose here also a nice location for our third jewelry store already. And this one looks very nice. Customer traffic index of 63, also very high. We sell our gold rings to all the customers passing by, hopefully. We will advertise in a radio station again with 100k per month. We will choose the gold ring from the warehouse and sell it here. What we see here is that our price position is too high. The city overall price is much lower and our quality cannot catch up with this, so that the overall rating is too low to quickly ramp up our business. So we will reduce to a very aggressive price now, very close to the overall. So this should be sufficient to ramp up sales very much. Yeah, this worked already. Now we will go to Kingston. It's a very small city. Nevertheless, almost 1 million potential customers for our gold rings. Should also be a very nice location for our jewelry store. We'll just do the same. We will do advertise with a radio station. Again, same budget. Distribute the gold ring. Our price position, it's very attractive. I think we can raise the price and still sell our product. This works. Back to Cairo, where we see already that we switch on the statistics now, that we already earned within just a couple of days 35k in the store. This is not much, but hopefully this will scale, as we are looking for an economy of scale. Let's them, our teams, do their work until end of the month, and let's see how the result looks like. We have now 1st of February, 1 month in the game, and sold gold rings to our customers. What we see here, directly see, is that when we look into our sales units and compare the demand, which is the red bar, it's fully red, to the amber bar, which shows the supply is way below the demand. This means that we're actually too slow in selling the gold ring to our potential customers. We have more customers who want to buy it than we can offer it. So let's see where we have our bottlenecks. So the output of gold, here we see also the supply bar and the demand bar. This seems to be fine for now. How about the factory and the warehouse? We see that we actually stored already a few gold rings. The supply of the warehouse to our retail stores is much higher than the demand of the retail stores, so it seems that we have a problem that retail stores can simply not sell the gold ring fast enough. So this will improve over time by training, and more salespeople can sell more gold rings in the same unit of time. However, by just simply adding more sales units, we will also scale up our sales. And we'll do this in all cities because I guess that in all cities we have the same situation, similar situation. Do this in Cairo, we will do this in Amsterdam. We face a similar situation. Let's quickly do this. Again, purchase cool drinks from our warehouse and sell them to the end customer. This works. We do the same in Leipzig. By adding more resources into sales, we try to sell more in parallel in all 4 cities, as we see that our supply chain seems to be able to have the capacity to deliver this. However, our sales teams are not fast enough in selling. This is also done for Kingston. We are back in Cairo. Let's see. Yeah, all sales units are now selling. And this should improve the situation soon. So we have our first product type fully integrated and offered to our customers. We also see here with all the dots on the map that some of our customers got active. I think here a mine for silica was built by one of our competitors. Sorry, we have a factory here also in Cairo, so they seem to move on. Okay, this one will sell so far soon, I guess. We can quickly check. Our gold ring was active on the market, so at the moment it's only us as LP Corporation. We have, I don't know, maybe 1/8 of the market share of all of Cairo, Amsterdam, Leipzig and Kingston, so still a lot of potential, so this will go up a lot. We will strive to capture almost 100% of the market share. Let's see if this works. We see also already that our brand is Leipzig and Kingston with brand rating 1. Imagine plus 1 million, not even 1 million inhabitants, 100k per month in advertisement spending. So this is already sufficient to increase the brand rating by 1. So let's now think of our risks of the strategy. We invested almost $135 million into selling one product type, from mining gold into producing it on a production facility and then selling it in jewelry stores, which we also own. And it would be a huge loss if we lose the business to a competitor which is superior strategy, better price point, higher quality or whatsoever. So that's why we need to protect our business. And this can be done by introducing entry barriers, market entry barriers. One entry barrier definitely is the quality of the product. Here we invest already in a very high quality natural resource, gold site. At the same time, as you remember, also production technology accounts for 40%, so it also makes sense to increase production technology and move ahead here. This will even give us a higher advantage over our potential competitors, and it will not be easy to catch up with our level of technology. Therefore, we will now open a research and development facility and put our researchers on gold ring production technology. the research facility we will build in Amsterdam. We will find a nice spot, not too close to the CBD or CBDs, but still close enough. This could be a good location. We will again invest in training. We will have 9 product research units, and we will start research on gold ring. We will choose to research for 1 year and then advance in the technology by 24 points from 30, almost double, which we have now. Second point is that not only the technology but also the brand can be a market entry barrier. If you have a very high brand awareness and brand loyalty, it is very expensive to catch up with this for a new competitor. You have to invest a lot of money to make your competitive brand aware and also to somehow get in between the strong relationship to the high customer loyalty for us. So that means we will continue for now to invest into advertisement for gold rings, to raise our brand awareness and establish the second market entry barrier so that we protect our business and don't lose it to a competitor with such high investments having made. It's always a good idea not to only, of course, bet on one product type. There are more product types available. Also, we have still capital left, so let's invest in another product type. We can first look at what we can else do with gold. We have already a gold mine. Let's see what we can use it for additionally. For example, for a bracelet. For bracelet, we also need silver, as we are going for the fully vertically integrated company. And we also want to backward integrate then a silver mine. We need to look for a silver facility. So let's do this next. This says in Amsterdam we have a natural resource silver with quality 94, which is very interesting. It's very high rating. We'll not find a better one. 98, no, we find a better one in Leipzig. Kingston 59, not so high, and 55 in Cairo. So we should go with Leipzig to have the highest quality from silver as resource. So this is the first silver. Reduce a bit the margin, build the complementary warehouse just next to it. Maybe here. No. Acquire it from the mine, store it, and distribute it to our production facilities. Of course, we will reduce this too much. Margin of the warehouse. This is a very interesting location here, actually. You see that directly next to it, we have a gold site. So this means for producing bracelets in Leipzig, you just need to put your factory somewhere here in the middle. We can put 2 mines besides it with almost no transportation costs and produce bracelets, and from there distribute to the markets of the world, the 4 cities in our case. And we decided to not choose this gold site because the quality is lower than the site we just acquired. But at the same time, we also now blocked this silver site so that there's not a competitor having an easy move and exactly doing this. One risk we have also is that in Amsterdam there's another silver mine with a very high quality rating. So a competitor buying this one will have a similar starting point from this perspective as us. And this is definitely a risk. To avoid this risk, we could do something with having a lot of cash. We could also buy this silver site and block it for our customers. However, now in this early stage, we will not make use of all the mining capacity. So this will probably cost us a lot of money, but we will not have many profits from it and earnings from it. So we will now just monitor what happens with the silver mine, probably from time to time look at it if a competitor starts to invest into this business. However, we will not block it now. Yeah, but this could be one of the measures to mitigate the risk that someone else gets high quality silver from a site. So now let's check where to build the production facility. We could build it in Leipzig. We can also build it in Cairo because we have a gold mine or a silver mine there. And what we can look at is, and this I also always recommend, to look into the market size. For Cairo it's 5 million, for the bracelet Amsterdam 6 million, Leipzig 2 million, 2 million Kingston. Cairo is the bigger market, so we will just put it in Cairo. See if we have a bracelet a layout already for. No, there's none. Do I have user defined? No. Build one by ourselves. We need for purchasing units 2 sales, units 3 manufacturing. Everything together. We will link gold, silver, gold, silver. Okay, let's start our production. Now we have our first bracelet here. Use the margin. The factory, build the warehouse. Directly next to it, put storage, distribute. Here it is. Now the bracelet. Is available and we will sell it in our jewelry stores. Let's go to the jewelry stores and now we do a nice trick with which has been added with the subsidiary DLC for Capitalism Lab. It's not part of the base game, it's just added by the subsidiary DLC. We have this activated for this game, and this enables the nice feature which was introduced with this add-on to buy additional floors. We will full scope already. We'll have right from the start 3 purchasing units and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sales units. There it is. And as expected, the price point is too high. Now we will reduce to a more attractive price, aggressive price, and see how bracelets are sold to our customers. We will also go now the next city. Which is Amsterdam. Add the floor. This time reduce them. Layout, which is already predefined to save some time. Now advertise with the newspaper, publisher. Sell it. It's 0 price point. Can increase price. Still have a very high rating. And selling good. Now going to Leipzig. Also in Leipzig, adding a floor. Using this layout. The TV station. Purchase from our own warehouse the bracelets and sell to our customers. There it is. Go for a little bit more aggressive price to boost our sales a lot. And that's it. Now in Kingston, do the same. Now we own 4 jewelry stores, probably first time in our life, which are selling bracelets. And now we see something very interesting here. We are not the only one in Kingston to sell bracelets, despite local retailers. We have here already one competitor who makes up a quarter of the total market share. So this will be an interesting competition. We are definitely not the first ones, so this is what we overlooked. However, we are very well positioned. We have our supply chain under our control. With fully vertically integrated cooperation, we will have cost advantages. So I expect that our costs and freights are lower than for our competitor, so that we have a huge buffer in our margin. If our competitor starts a price war, then to go with it. Also, we already established market entry barriers with investing money into advertising, also having a higher quality than the city average. Let's see how this goes. We can check, of course, where this comes from, how the competitor does it, how the competitor managed within such short of time. In the 9th of March, we already get quarter of the market share in Kingston. Let's check this. Maybe we will find this on a map. Somewhere must be a store from a competitor. Cannot be a furniture store, of course. department store. Yeah, we found it. The Arrow Corporation in Kingston is selling bracelets in a department store. This is definitely a disadvantage to us with jewelry stores. Customers have higher trust in specialized retail shops, and so this will already we will have a bonus on our sales. Now let's see, the price position is lower than ours. It's actually lower than the city average. The quality is not too bad with 57, a little bit lower than us. So I think we can expect good competitor here in the city of Kingston. We need to be very careful now and protect our product line. However, no advertisement is actually currently invested. Also, what is quite concerning is that the cost plus freight for bracelets is low. Let's look for the supplier. It's a seaport which provides the bracelets for already very high quality. Not too bad. But let's see. We have to monitor this, and probably we have a chance. Let's move on to Cairo. In Cairo we are selling already bracelets, as we have already a competitor, but this competitor not doing more than selling from a seaport in a retail store. Not having the fully vertically integrated cooperation means that there's limited control on the supply chain. So the quality which arrives in the seaport is set by the seaport. We are able to influence the quality of our product. We already looked for high quality natural resources. At the same time, as 40% of the share will be influenced by the production technology, we can improve in the production technology and still increase our advantage over our competitor. So let's do that. Let's move to Amsterdam, where we already have our first R&D center, and now build another one. And as within a year, improve by 24 technology points. That's it. So now we have two product types live, fully integrated, with one having a competitor in one city at least. You will see this in the overview. The Arrow Corporation. However, in the other cities, we are without a competitor. And let's see how it goes. Now we have another option. Still money having left, and definitely need of diversification. On relying on bracelets and gold rings, where we in bracelets we already have a competitor, we should also invest in another product type. The last one, the silver necklace. Luckily, silver is already produced by our mine. Just need one additional production line where we produce silver necklace and can sell them on the third floor of our jewelry stores. Let's do that. We will of course produce this very close to our silver. Mine, so that there are almost no transportation costs, sorry. That is, of course, we'll decrease the margin. directly next to it. Input, storage, output. Necklace. That is, of course, again, the margin should not be so high for a warehouse. From the warehouse now, we can distribute it to our jewelry stores. Let's check before we get a surprise for any potential competitors. So this is a silver necklace. And actually, there are already competitors in Leipzig. We have Gridworks. Gridworks has a jewelry watch store shop in Leipzig and selling silver necklaces and also bracelets. However, in this case, with such of a low quality, we can succeed and win the competition here. I'm sure you will win the competition. However, this will come with probably a price war. If we see is cost and freight are $100, we will be much lower than that. So also this price war we can win and push the competition out of the market. So I think this, I'm quite confident. Bracelets, this is really a risk, but silver necklace, let's see how competition reacts, but then we will be ready to take any measure to protect our business. Let's see how it goes. And to make sure that this gets unattractive for our competitors, we will directly set a lower price. Let's see how they react. We'll see this later on. Now we will move into the other cities and do the same. Buy new floor, invest for advertisement. Here we are. Good. Cairo. Where's our jewelry store here? Very good location. Let's set the price. Of course, it will be much lower here. So Cairo will not be so attractive for our competitors, though they can easily access the product via seaport, but with such of a lower quality from the seaport and high costs of $100. Margin is only 20%. This is not very interesting for retailing, for a retailer, so the large market of Cairo should be fine for us. Now moving to Amsterdam. Amsterdam, we see already that someone built a commercial building next to our jewelry store, which is good. This will increase even higher the customer traffic. We'll sell more. Yes, let's also set the price. Yeah, this one's good. In Leipzig, we are already fine. Let's move ahead in our simulation until the end of March and the 1st of April. Let's see how business develops. And I see already something which is really, really nice. Let's move back to 1st of April. Here in this small graphic, this is a graphic which can make you happy when playing the game. You see that for the 3rd month already we did operational profit. Still, of course, counting in the losses we had for the 1st and 2nd month when we had a lot of overhead costs but low revenues. The expenses could be not covered by our revenue, but now we are already seeing a green bar here. This is very nice. Let's look at this in more detail. So for the LP corporation income statement for the last month, we see operating revenue of more than 20 million. This is good start after 3 months completed. Of course, we have very high costs for sales. We invest a lot already in our brand, almost 1 million, counting together all of the cities. We invest a lot into training, as you have seen, because we want to drive efficiency high to even increase our efficiency and increase our margins. And we need to invest also in the second market entry barrier, R&D expense, which is already at 700k, and this will increase because for Silver Necklace, this is still missing. But still, the expenses are a little bit lower than the revenue, and we have an operating profit of 664.969k. For the net profit in last month, this was fine. However, the net profit is looking year to date negative. We have huge loss in asset value. Yeah, we have a negative increase of 5 million. I'm sure with more business coming up in all of the cities and with some of our facilities in very attractive locations, which will soon get better value, I'm sure we will catch up with this. The brand rating is increasing already in jewelry for Leipzig and Kingston, our smaller cities below 1 million inhabitants. This is good. We are dominating at the moment retail, manufacturing, raw material production. As a vertically integrated company, we invest in all of those supply chain steps, and we are currently doing very well. For the product class of jewelry, also, though we have competition for bracelets and gold rings, we are in the 1st rank. This is good. Let's continue with this. So now we need to go to Amsterdam and build another R&D center to follow our strategy. Like this. Okay. And now let's check our supply chain. Also from the start, from the mine. So for silver, we have still higher supply than demand. This is fine. In the warehouse, which stores silver necklace, we have a kind of very high demand at the moment. Let's monitor this. We're still just a couple of days live with the production line. It's not so interesting. Cairo for gold. We have a very high demand for gold at the moment. Our mine is already fully utilized, so at the moment we cannot accelerate. For bracelets, we are also having very high demand. For gold rings, it's fine. If we look into the factory for bracelets, we see that our manufacturing units are working with almost full utilization, full capacity. So this might be, there might be an opportunity also for gold rings to extend here and double the capacity. Let's check also for Leipzig. We face a similar situation also in Leipzig, so I think we can add a second for all of our product types, a second production facility, factory to double our production capacity and avoid this to become okay. Let's start with the production. That is decrease the margin. And then also store this in the warehouse. This is this. Yeah. And now we have already doubled the capacity. Very good. Do the same for the two product lines here. Add one for bracelets. We don't have one. We need to set this up manually. Don't have a layout. Forgot to store it. Connect all the units with each other. Need to be connected. Now purchase gold, gold, silver, silver. Let's wait until the first bracelets are produced. Decrease the margin. Have more buffer for retail stores so that they can react to competition, which we actually expecting. This one. Okay, now this double the size. Let's add another factory for gold rings. Start production. Takes a while until gold is arriving, since we have a very high demand for gold at the moment with all the new production facilities trying to purchase gold and getting their product lines up and running. Here it is. There. Let's see how it flows into the storage. Yeah, would be fine now. Okay, so we have now doubled for all of our product types the production capacity, which is good and will help us to meet the demand. And what we see here already is that for gold rings, we're still not satisfying the demand. It seems like we have very high utilization of our sales and purchasing units. For bracelets, we have simply not enough bracelets at the moment. For silver necklace, let's monitor this. In Amsterdam, silver necklace is too early to judge. Bracelets, very high demand. Also for gold rings. So soon we can think of adding another jewelry store per city, because it seems also that demand is higher than we can sell in our stores. Let's close the month. until 1st of May. Okay, this time we were not profitable. We added a lot of operational expenses with adding new production facilities. They must be up and running and earn money first. Now what we will do to secure and make sure that we invest enough into marketing and avoid this micromanagement of marketing. We will now build our first headquarters. In Amsterdam. A headquarter by itself does not come with any costs. However, we will have new expenses when we make use of some of the units we add here. There will be one very expensive one. We will hire a CMO. Still, we can live with an annual salary of $0 as by ourselves. We are shareholder of our company. We own our company and we're expecting our company to make a lot of money soon. So we can either sell shares to have money for ourselves, or we can simply set annual salary later on. And for now, let's look for a candidate for a CMO. So we have here persons being part of the game. We can look for those who have very high marketing expertise. For example, Maggie with 90, Xavier with 90, Thomas Baker 80, Alison Schneider 70, so we'll go only for the best. Probably Maggie. Let's hire the best one. Maggie. We will ask for, let's guess, probably she will ask for a yearly salary of 5 million. Let's ask her. Hire Chief Marketing Officer Maggie Grafton. 2.8 million. This is good. Good price. Let's go for it. We need our brand rating as market entry barrier. This is why we set the target brand rating to maximum. We will always prefer own media firms when we own them. At the moment we are not owning them, so we will take care and book advertisement slots and other media firms. Now having her on board, let her do her work, and the rest we will do by ourselves. Let's also pass another month to see how the business model stabilizes, and then see what our competitors do. So we see that from time to time we have expenses, but also we will make up with our revenue. So now, having the 1st of June, we have a second month already. The green bar here, we are now more than 30 million, almost 31 million operating revenue. Expenses also 30 million, but operating profit is 500,000 left over. Also what we see here, just go back, that the asset value increases a lot. Yeah, so this means the net profit is even much higher than that. Still, we are dominating in the areas we are active. So we had 2 competitors. Let's check. For the silver necklace, we are alone. No one else. In Amsterdam, Cairo, we have one in Leipzig with a very small market share. This is almost done, I would say, in Kingston. What we see here is a standard tactic, yeah, to avoid getting eaten up by a big competitor as us. Gridworks goes down with the price a lot. And interestingly, it's selling below $100. Though cost plus freight, it seems like something changed here. It's not correct. It's $68, so the margin is really low. Yeah, so this is not a very profitable one. $100 and purchasing it for $68. This is not a very high margin. At the same time, we will sell with much more, with a much better margin. We have more than $40 more in our margin. So for us, this is very profitable. For our competitor, probably will think next time twice. Yeah. When reviewing the numbers, let's also check our other product types. For bracelets, we knew that there would be competitors. We have a very good competitor in Kingston. This we need to investigate. We have also a competitor, Gridworks, in Leipzig. Still seems not to be too much, but in Kingston we definitely seen price war coming up here. Over rating of 51. Very low price compared to us. 682. Now looking into our store, we are selling at 815 with the same over rating. However, we already have a very huge brand value. We will soon, in half a year, have an increase in the quality. So hopefully this would be enough and we don't need to reduce our margin here. Those are very nice profits. Let's see next time when we review this. Now let's also go with the gold ring. For the gold ring, I think we don't have any competition. We just need to speed up and accelerating our production. Nice one. So now let's complete also the month of June before we close for today in the game. And watch next time how we continue with our strategy. Now we have 1st of July, and what we see is we did a big loss in this month. Let's directly look into that, what happened here. And there's already something which catches my eye directly. Yeah, we have less operating revenue. 4 million less than last month. You remember the number? 30, almost 30. Now 4 million less. But we increase advertisement expense a lot. This seems to be our new CMO being active. We now have much higher operating expenses. It does check here, for example. Oh, this is okay. So we will find definitely here in Cairo, we see that we invest a lot into our brand at the moment. Yeah, this is when you ask your CMO to target for the maximum brand rating. This will be very expensive and still not producing enough, yeah, so that we can satisfy the demand. There are different options now in this situation, and we'll investigate this in our next session, how to react to it. So one point is definitely that we have competitors which will eat up some of the market share we could have. At the same time, we are currently not able to satisfy the demand of the market because our gold mine is simply too slow in mining gold, and our factories have a low level. You see this here in the numbers. It's all below 80% very low level, even here below 40%. This is toxic. Yeah, below 80% low level of utilization. This is very costly and will not help at all.